A young woman who says she was raped in her hospital bed at a Southwest Florida hospital in 2015, taking her fight to the courtroom with a lawsuit. This is a story 4 in Your Corner broke for you last year. Giovanni Echevarria, who was working as a nurse at Cape Coral Hospital at the time, was arrested and finally fired last summer for another allegation of sexual assault from a different patient. That happened in 2017. I'm Patrick Nolan, along with 4 in Your Corner Sam Sosa. Just to clarify here, Sam, this is the second lawsuit filed against Lee Health over this same nurse.
That's right, Patrick. Both patients now have filed lawsuits. One is from the patient who says it happened last year. This most recent lawsuit, though, is from a patient who says Echevarria assaulted her 2 years before that. I got my hands on that lawsuit that states several of the claims this woman told us about during an interview last year.
He was touching me in places where he shouldn't have been touching me.
More than a year ago, we sat down with a woman who shared her experience with nurse Giovanni Echevarria at Cape Coral Hospital.
He told me that it's okay, no one will know, there's no cameras, don't worry. And then he got on top of me.
Horrific acts now detailed in a lawsuit against Lee Memorial Health System, which owns Cape Coral Hospital. Their acts, the woman says she did not consent to, as she was under the influence of pain medication. The suit says the hospital could have done more to protect her. It reads, Lee Memorial Health System failed to implement policies or procedures regarding the supervision of employees to ensure that vulnerable patients were protected and secure from physical assault and harm. Her lawyer, Ryan Fogg, says that protection is the woman's constitutional right. I spoke with him over the phone.
We allege that the hospital violated the constitutional rights of by allowing their nurse to perpetrate these crimes.
Telling me there are other hospitals that provide more security.
I think that most hospitals in Florida do have policies in place to properly supervise their staff who have one-on-one interaction with patients, and particularly those that occur at night.
I reached out to Lee Memorial Health System to see what they had to say about this. A spokesperson sent me this statement that reads in part, all of our employees undergo a thorough background screening process before employment. Lee Health takes these matters very seriously. When a criminal allegation is made, we promptly respond, report the matter to the appropriate authorities, and fully cooperate with law enforcement. The hospital didn't fire Echevarria after this woman's 2015 complaint. It wasn't until a second allegation in 2017 that he was fired. Meanwhile, I got in touch with the Florida Department of Health, who tells me Echevarria still has a restricted license to practice, meaning he can still be a nurse in Florida as long as there's someone present when he's dealing with female patients. All right, well, the criminal investigation against Echevarria is still active. We're going to continue following this story and bring you any details as they develop. I'm live in the studio. Sam Sosa, Fox 4 in Your Corner.